Welcome to Epilogue Podcast, the show where we discuss some stuff that happened on a different show ages ago which nobody really cares about anymore.
Hi, I'm Portponky.
And I'm LeBloc.
Today we're discussing Deep Space Nine, Season 7, Episode 4, Take Me Out to the Holosuite. In this episode, the Deep Space Nine crew tried to beat some Vulcans at baseball.
It happened. There was a baseball game episode.
It seems like a logical thing to do.
You have the main character who's obsessed with baseball, and the only thing that is consistently on his desk is a baseball.
Why does he have a desk?
Tradition.
Oh, okay. He needs a sort of a plateau to store his baseball on.
He considers it his baseball holder. He doesn't even see it as a desk.
So we have a guy who's obsessed with baseball, and the actual game has only appeared kind of in one other episode. Way back in Season 1, when Buck Buckeye followed Jake home from the holodeck. That was a good episode, wasn't it?
So good, I don't remember it at all.
Don't worry about it. That's the one where he actually gets the baseball as well. They pulled out every sports movie cliche and threw them all into one episode.
How do you feel about this episode?
It's hard to think because it's such a unique episode. There's no B-plot or anything. It's literally just about baseball. It's kind of fun. It's a good little story, I guess. How did you feel about it?
I loved it. I think this is the funniest the show has ever been.
Death to the opposition?
Everything Worf said cracked me up.
Yeah,
Find him and kill him.
Yeah, it's a funny one. It touches the right kind of human moments. Cisco being torn by this supposed rivalry, which has never been mentioned, but never mind that. And getting over it to enjoy the love of the game that resulted in them having a rousing personal victory. It's nice. It's a nice little heartwarming story.
It is a nice, heartwarming story, and it's set off by what we already know about Cisco, how he cares so much about winning and having things go his way. And then it's about him overcoming that. And I love that it's in this silly baseball episode. Just seeing them all on the field thinking, these people should be doing their jobs, but they're all in this holosuite playing this ancient game that no one cares about anymore. It's really funny.
The way you just put it about Cisco letting go of his desire to win at any cost, or not letting go of it completely, but letting that slide for this time, that does actually seem like kind of a development for Cisco. When you phrase it like that, it's kind of makes it seem better than I thought it was. I didn't think it was bad, I just think it was a bit of a sort of fluff episode. But maybe it's not.
That's why it works for me. Without that Cisco stuff, this would have tried my patience. I think it would have been so annoying. But there's actual character development, and I like how they approach, what is triumph? It's the parameters you set for yourself. When Cisco goes into that game, he's thinking, we only win if we crush them. We can't even just get more runs. We have to annihilate them. But then he realizes that doesn't even if they did do that, that doesn't mean anything. And the triumph is whatever you want it to be. And he realizes it's better to enjoy the game and the company you have and trying to do the best you can with the people around you. It's a good message and it's fun.
He did seem a little bit crazy at the start when he wanted to beat the Vulcans,
Yeah, he did.
and you saw how bad his team was. But they weren't totally bad, but they weren't good. And
Not ideal.
he's still sparring. Oh yeah, we're gonna beat them. We're gonna do it.
And also how this episode uses the characters well. I really enjoyed the back and forth between Cassidy and Cisco. She knows him well. She knows, oh, he's off his rocker right now. He's about to break something. Let me mention it to him. Uh, those interactions were good.
Cassidy seemed like a much stronger character than in her previous appearances. In the past, she's been kind of just there as Cisco's girlfriend. So Cisco
Yeah.
would say, "Oh, I'm really stressed," and she says, "Oh, tell me about it." Yeah, wow, that's yep. Here she's seizing control of the conversation and leading things her way a bit.
She actually handles him here, which is good. I could see Cisco finding that attractive. It makes more sense why he's with Cassidy with the scenes in this episode. I really liked when she laughed at his story, how he tells this humiliating story and then she laughs at him, how she's not just trying to suck up to him all the time.
He's a scary guy, so it would not be very cool if his girlfriend was scared of him.
Yeah.
I like the straight cut to Cassidy saying, "He promised me not to tell you."
Oh, yes, that's a good edit. That smash cut.
It's good because you expect it. She
Right,
doesn't,
it doesn't waste your time.
she doesn't say a thing, but you're thinking, "Oh, she's got to tell them somehow." And then it's so blunt, just cut straight to her, just telling them.
It's so funny that she's even there, that Cisco abused his power and worked things so that she would end up on the station and have a bunch of free time just for this baseball game.
Oh, did he? Because she said her freighting duties had been, her next 3 runs had been cancelled or something.
I interpreted that as Cisco pulling some favors.
Oh, it could have been. Yeah, I never thought of it like that. Hence the flowers, in case you figured it out. What did you think of Odo as the umpire?
Loved him. It didn't make any sense when Cisco said, I don't want a hologram. I want someone who can be impartial, like a hologram would be.
Well, the way I take it is they had to have a good reason for Odo not to be on the team, because if you can arbitrarily shapeshift, you would be the greatest baseball player possible.
Yeah.
Vulcans are 3 times as strong as humans because they have higher muscle density. Well, Odo could have 20-foot long arms. Whatever attribute you have physically, he could beat. So, but they don't want to show that because they can't really do the special effects, and just having him be a regular dude kind of, I don't know, it raises way too many questions. So they kind of shoved him into the umpire position because he fits in that role, and it gives them a good reason not to have him on the team.
Well, all that, and he loves rules and deciding the fate of others.
Yep, that's the founders' Hitleristic tendencies.
I almost wish he approached Cisco and said, "Hey, you're gonna need an umpire for this thing, right?"
That probably would have been better.
But regardless, I loved him as umpire just to see him practicing his moves and when Kira walked by.
Yeah, that's not at all crazy or anything. Is it in the rules that you have to yell stuff?
Maybe. I'm not an expert, but umpires do make strange noises and gestures.
The rule he cited about touching the referee was indeed an actual rule, correctly numbered and paragraphed as of the time the episode aired.
Okay, good. I didn't look it up, but as soon as you said it, I thought that better be completely accurate.
At the time it was. It's not now, but who's to say it wouldn't become accurate again in the future if they readjust the numbering?
Right. I didn't mean they should future-proof the episode.
And they go back and release special edition DVD if the rules of baseball change. He did miss out quite a lot of rules that he could have cited, though. When the guy hides in his team, there's numerous things he could have done there, and when Worf starts disputing the call, that's also against the rules.
I loved when Worf was called out because he did that arrogant thing that real baseball players do that I hate, is when they start walking towards first base before the call, assuming that it'll be in their favor.
Is that arrogant? Sure, that's just reactions.
Well, you should wait. It's a close call and it's a 3-2 count. You don't just go walking.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, I get it. He's a natural. He's actually not very good at baseball, weirdly.
Why is that weird?
Well, Cisco said Worf is going to be incredible at this, but he couldn't hit the ball. I have some wonderful baseball playing facts.
Okay.
In the episode, Rom was the worst player ever.
Yes.
Max Grodenchik was actually the best player in the cast. He did it quite seriously earlier in his life. I don't think he was semi-professional or anything, but he had a lot of experience in baseball, so he was actually very, very good. Which is why he's playing left-handed despite being right-handed.
To make himself look more awkward.
He was struggling to actually play as badly as the script needed. Well, a lot of these things are kind of natural once you practice them a million times.
Oh yeah, that's all muscle memory. That's tough to fight.
Worf was playing right-handed despite Michael Dorn being left-handed.
Why did he do that?
Because Worf is right-handed.
Oh, okay. But that doesn't mean you have to play right-handed. For example, I am right-handed, but I dribble a basketball with my left. It's my preferred hand. I also hold a hockey stick left-handed, but hold a golf club right-handed.
Just imagining you walking around holding a hockey stick and a golf club now.
I'm weird with my body. And with that sentence.
And to conclude the lefty-righty facts, Ezri was playing right-handed despite Ezri being left-handed.
So they cared enough for one character, but not enough for another character.
Who knows? It's weird that she even brought up the fact that she's left-handed already. She's only been in it for 3 episodes. And that's come up, and now they've demonstrated the opposite or something. I don't know. I doubt they thought about it too much.
Maybe you can confirm or deny this. You said he was batting left-handed. When they were playing catch in the beginning, it looked like Rom had a glove that was meant to be on a left hand on his right hand. I couldn't really tell, and I thought, oh, if that's the case, that's really funny.
He might have done, yeah. That would make sense because he probably adjusted on the day.
It was funny to me, and it fit with what we were saying that Rom couldn't figure out that the glove should go on the other hand.
It might have. So it was a left-handed glove. You think?
Well, a right-hander has a glove on his left. So a glove, a left, a glove that goes on the left hand.
Okay, so he was flipped around then.
Again, I didn't get a good look, but that's what it seemed like.
That fits with the story. Baseball facts. The best players on the cast were actually all the Ferengi and, unsurprisingly, the Siskos. Jake Sisko, actually, his uncle was a professional baseball player.
He looked very comfortable on the mound.
I could imagine him in a baseball TV series.
Oh, quick question. Where does Cisco's dad live? What city or state?
New Orleans.
Okay. Because Jake had an Atlanta Braves hat, and I was trying to figure out why.
Baseball reasons?
Good enough. Cisco's was
no,
easy.
wait. Oh, no, there is a reason.
Oh?
There is a reason. Cyril Lofton is the nephew of Kenny Lofton, who played for the Braves.
I never drew that connection.
I told you his uncle was a baseball player.
Right, and I know of Kenny Lofton. I just, hearing Cyril Lofton, I never drew that connection.
Well, I don't think it's a common name, is it?
No.
So, two Loftons, they must be related. The worst player on the cast was Kira, sadly.
But she got a double. She was the first runner on base.
Yeah, but the actress Nana Visitor was not very good at baseball.
Oh, okay.
I'm drawing this trivia out as long as I can, because secretly I don't really know very much about baseball. So a lot of this episode was it wasn't confusing. It just didn't mean very much.
Oh, that reminds me. When Worf is at bat and they show the scoreboard, what did that mean to you? I know why they do it. They do it for baseball reasons, but if you're not familiar with baseball, that probably seemed random.
No, well, you got the runs or whatever it's called. So the Vulcan team had a lot of points and they had a lot of zeros.
Well,
And then
when he calls timeout, he does that for a specific baseball reason.
What?
Yeah. So it was a 3-2 count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah.
And that's just nerve-wracking. That's why. And they show the scoreboard to remind you it is a 3-2 count. But if you don't even know what that means.
I got that. Because you can throw 3 dodgy balls before they walk. And they can get 3 strikes before they are out. Is that right?
You could get 2 strikes, and then the third you're out. 3 balls, and then 4th you walk.
Okay, yeah. So it was either he got struck out, or he walked, or he hit it and could make a run for first base. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a third option. He could foul, and then it would stay at 3-2.
Foul? You defecate on the pitch?
No, where you give birth to a chicken.
Oh, right, yes.
Why wasn't Bashir pitcher? He's genetically modified.
Did he actually ever go up and do anything?
They didn't show him doing anything. Except call for a ball and then not go for it and then be yelled at by Ezri, which was pretty funny.
I liked Rom throwing the ball back. And then running and throwing it again, and then running and throwing it again.
That was really funny.
It reminded me of me. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't show Bashir. He would be able to hit home runs fairly reliably, wouldn't he?
If real baseball is any indication, yes. Well, that's not fair. Having genetically modified muscles doesn't train your eye to have. Oh well, he would have better coordination. He's superhuman.
He demonstrated it. He got a triple 20 on darts, with 3 darts from miles away.
So he
Like,
should
that's-
be the greatest baseball player ever.
In terms of darts, he was doing things that a professional would struggle to do. So I imagine his hand-eye coordination is phenomenal.
It should be.
Well, they've said it is, and he's
So it is.
yeah. So yeah, he should be doing fairly well. He might not be able to pitch well against a Vulcan, but I imagine he'd be able to hit the ball with the bat pretty well.
This episode pointed out something weird about Deep Space Nine that I never thought about before, and that's that Quark owns the only holosuites on the station. He has a monopoly. Those things would be outrageously priced.
Yep.
Why don't they have more holosuites? It seems like a staple in this world. Why let the Ferengi operate the only ones?
It's unclear if he actually owns them or if he just manages them.
Oh, like there's some sort of contract.
Yeah, we see the Starfleet guys using them all the time, and they don't have money to pay for this sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And they're part of the station. They're not. I don't think he installed them there.
Maybe they're just part of the bar.
Yeah, I think so.
He got a deal for the bar, and then that includes the holosuites.
But I don't know why they don't have more. They're fantastically useful.
Everyone wants to use them all the time.
It would be strange to not have every room be a holosuite.
Yeah.
Maybe the power requirements are too high or something, but assuming there's not some physical reason not to, you would just make the station a bunch of cupboards, holosuite cupboards, 1 person per cupboard. Because then they could still interact with each other.
And then you would have the illusion of more space.
Arbitrarily much space. Okay, there's slight weaknesses in that. For example, if someone invades, you'd be a sitting duck. But yeah, it's very, very useful technology. It's odd they kind of dismiss it as sort of frivolous entertainment. Because first of all, it's amazing entertainment. You could do a lot with the holosuite that they don't show on screen. And secondly, there's tons of practical applications.
Nah, let's limit it to the bar and let the Ferengi control it.
Yeah, sure. I also noticed something a bit weird, kind of, again, from a throwaway line.
Is it when Quark said, "What time are tryouts?"
No, why is that weird?
Because someone had to book the holosuite. The holosuites are booked with him.
Oh,
he should know that it was reserved for tryouts. That was strange to me when, yes. But anyway, what did you find odd?
So Dax, both Jadzia and now Ezri have both stated that Emily was a gymnast, but in this episode, Ezri said Emily was an Olympic gymnast.
She's been upgraded.
So are aliens allowed in the Olympics?
Yes.
Well, then people from Earth won't win. Ever.
Yes.
Men and women don't even compete in the same sections because the difference is too significant. So yeah, when a Vulcan turns up who's 3 times the physical attributes of a human, yeah, they're gonna win everything.
There's an Olympic event for every species.
Yeah, that would make it very confusing. Maybe it's more like the Paralympics in the future where you're rated against your capabilities.
Or Ezri was drunk off of Scotch infused gum, and she didn't know what she was talking about.
Yes. Did I mention that the Vulcans are kind of racist all of a sudden?
No, that was disturbing.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense.
Why are they allowed in Starfleet?
Vulcans?
Wait, is that guy? Am I imagining him in a Starfleet uniform?
Yeah, they're Starfleet guys. They're Vulcans, not Romulans.
Oh, yeah. Well, when Cisco's telling that story about how he's writing all these essays about how terrible humans are and how he's great, wouldn't that cause problems?
I'm sure it was all scientific, backed by real data, empirical studies, that sort of thing. It's just odd that there's these 9 Vulcan dudes, however many's on the baseball team, and
Yep, 9.
None of them sort of stand up and go, well, there's no point in doing this. We're clearly going to win. They're supposed to be beings that dedicate themselves to logic, but not in this episode.
That reminds me of Ezri's wonderful line near the end. Are you always this emotional?
Yes, every time Vulcans appear, they get more angry and pent up and racist.
They come off as terribly intolerant.
It was just supposed to be a bitter rivalry. It just appeared like serious prejudice. Well, whatever. They're the good guys too, so let's just assume it's Solak. Do you have a quote from the show?
Death to the opposition.
Yeah, that's a good line. Why was he going on about killing them so much?
Because it's war. Baseball is war.
But it's not. Klingons must have games.
Yes, war. That's the only Klingon game.
I mean, I assume he was just saying these things as scare tactics. But he seems kind of serious about it.
It seems serious to me.
That's probably why it's so funny. He's just bringing that absolutely inappropriate level of seriousness to something that Cisco is already taking far too seriously.
It's Cisco's fault. He introduced it as a serious thing. He kept it hidden that it was a baseball game, and however he framed it something about a courageous contest. I don't remember, but he made it sound like a battle.
There must be something in the rules about issuing death threats on the pitch. Pitch? Court?
Field?
Ah, field. Yeah, there you go. That wasn't the only one. You already mentioned find him and kill him.
Yes. I enjoyed Worf's signature on the baseball. It was capital letters and bold, and that's it. Nothing fancy.
Did you see Quark's signature that had the little ears on the cue?
I did. Whatever. I didn't
Fair
hate
enough.
it, didn't like it. It's too self-aware.
Yeah, because he's a Ferengi and they all have big ears.
Right. Why would he wouldn't see it as, oh, I'm the guy with the big ears, because they all have that.
Yeah, he'd be the guy with the regular-sized ears to himself.
It would be like Kira making a ridged K with a little earring dangling from it.
We could have actually signed it in their native script.
Yeah, I
But-
guess that's asking too much.
Then the viewer would probably say, what the hell does that mean? They've just drawn stuff all over the baseball. And Bashir signed it.
Well, you could explain it with a quick line. We signed a baseball for you.
Oh, that wouldn't be clunky at all.
Yeah. Oh, here's what happened. They all studied English and figured out a way to sign their names in English so that it would benefit Cisco.
That makes sense. So it'd be nice if they signed it in Cisco's language. But then you probably wouldn't add blemishes onto the characters.
Nope,
You
you would
wouldn't
not.
know if that's changing the meaning.
Or if it ruins legibility.
Well, let's watch the next episode.
Your request is acknowledged.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.